Zeotech continue to strengthen their groundbreaking key ingredient in cement, and here to tell us more about it is the CEO, James Marsh. James, it's a pleasure to have you on. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Shay. Always great to be with you.
Thank you so much for coming back. I want to talk about the recent test work in underground mining applications you completed with your AusPozz product. Can you sort of elaborate on what this test work actually was and why it's important?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realise that about 15% of all the cement used in Australia goes down holes in the ground, which is underground mines. So it's a huge sector for cement, also the highest margin business for cement. So a very interesting opportunity. So we very strategically did some testing ourselves with our AusPozz in backfill type applications, found some good results. So then we engaged a leading independent expert to do his own testing for us, and he used mining products to do that, especially in the same paste fill applications that we're targeting. They were very successful. Those results were released yesterday, but on top of that we also then sampled a leading international mining group which has several mines, underground mines in Queensland, and they independently verified the results as well. So it was proven right to the final stage.
It's certainly very exciting, but I sort of would like to talk about the applications of cement in underground mining, because let's be honest, a lot of people don't know why this is important. Why is so much cement used in underground mining, and what areas in particular?
Well, the paste fill or backfill operation of a mine is very important, because this is when the holes are created underground, or the stopes and voids, then they have to be filled to stabilise the mine, and that without doing that they can't carry on mining. So it's part of the mining process where this is it's mined out, it's filled, and this stuff is pumped often kilometres underground. So it's not just a case of the strength, but also pumpability, the workability, the placing performance. So this was all tested during our work, and this is a huge cost to the mines. Underground mines, probably about 20% of the underground mining cost goes mainly to cement that's used in these underground operations. So if they can save 0.5% on that, they get very excited. We're looking at knocking out 20%.
How to be the belle of the ball at the next mining conference. So obviously these are great results. How do you plan to drive the product further from here?
Well, we've also tested it in other applications underground. So there's 3 areas where cement's used in underground mines. The big one is paste fill, backfill. We've just finished that. That's all been fully proven now and validated, as I said. But we also already tested it in the Shotcrete, which is the concrete that's sprayed on the walls of the stopes underground. Another big application area. There we found that the AusPozz didn't just give the good strength, but it allowed about a 50% reduction in the accelerator used, which is a very expensive chemical sprayed into that to give the high strength. So another potential high cost saving opportunity there. And also the third application is in grout for the bolts that go in the walls underground. There we got about double the strength by replacing some of the cement. So a lot of opportunities there, and so now we are discussing that with our MOU partners. We've got Holcim, Cement Australia, all active in those spaces and all very interested in these opportunities. We're also talking to a couple of other majors in that space who supply underground mines.
And just to round out, it's been a very busy week for you. I know you spoke with my fellow presenter, Oriel, from your Tondoon Kaolin Project last week. Tell me, when are we going to see drilling results?
Yep, I was down the bottom of the pit where we've just taken out another 1,000 tonnes of kaolin to progress our commercialisation. The testing results for those samples should be in, we're looking at probably August, when we can announce some results on that. We brought back about 3 tonnes of samples last week, which are all being prepared and submitted to laboratories for testing. So that testing process will take probably 2 to 3 weeks. Then it has to go to the resource geologist, and then we are looking at question is how big is the resource and how much can we upgrade it. So that's all going to be happening, exciting times in August.
It certainly sounds like it. And James, I believe you'll be attending the Noosa Mining Conference being held next week. I look forward to seeing you in person.
Yeah, so do I. Thank you, Shay.